Hi everyone. Today I will be sharing knowledge with you on WCAG 2.1. Before moving ahead, I want us to discuss on what is accessibility. So accessibility refers to making a website usable by as many people as possible, particularly with the people with the disabilities. So when it comes to accessibility, it is usually referred by the term A11Y. Now, what does A11Y stands for? It simply stands for the word accessibility, wherein A refers to the A and Y refers to the last letter Y in the accessibility, and 11 is the number of characters in between A and Y in the word accessibility. Okay. So accessibility is the base of WCAG standard. Moving ahead, what is WCAG and how did it get originated? So WCAG stands for Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, and it was created by World Wide Web Consortium W3C, and this is a standard across all the sites in order to make the sites accessible. And WCAG 2.1 being the latest, most widely used version of WCAG. And this is mostly strictly used by government and healthcare organizations in order to abide by the accessibility laws. For example, in US Section 508, we have few of the principles of WCAG. There are four main principles to name it, which stands with the acronym POR, which is perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. So what does each principle stand for? We just take a brief look through it. So perceivable is nothing but the content that you have on the website should be perceivable by the user, and the user senses should be recognizable by the user. For example, you have a audio content on your website, and the user should be able to hear the content and perceive it clearly. So this is what perceivable stands for. Next will be operable. Operable is nothing but making sure the user is able to easily navigate to through the entire website. For example, the user should be able to navigate throughout the website with the keyboard as well as the other modes of navigation such as mouse. And next is understandable. Understandable is nothing but making the content on the site understandable for the user. For example, having a clear and readable text which is well anticipated by the user. The next will be robust. Robust is nothing but making sure your website adapts with the future technology. One of the examples of robust will be that when you have a screen reader enabled website, so you have the implementation such that all the newer versions of the screen reader are also able to use the website efficiently. Next, coming to the benefits of WCAG, the first benefit will be building goodwill towards your site, and it improves SEO for the site, and also it enables a greater engagement of the users, meaning a lot of users will be able to use your site. Um, it means that even the disabled people will be able to use your site. And once the WCAG is implemented for a site, every WCAG site is considered as a standard site. And the next one will be, we'll go through the success criteria for WCAG. There are a lot of success criteria which are listed for WCAG 2.0 and 2.1. I have just listed few which are very important for our day-to-day lives and are considered very critical with regards to the accessibility laws. Starting with the fields on the site. So each of the input field on the site should be labeled appropriately, should have an appropriate label. And the next is that decorative content should be implemented such that it is ignored by the screen readers. For example, on a site, you have different set of images. One is decorative content, the other might be meaningful image content. So in that case, you should make sure that the decorative images are not read by the screen readers. There should be captions provided for all the video and content, video and audio content uploaded on the site. And also the sign language interpretation should be provided for the audio and video content uploaded on the site. The next set will be the ordering of headings in a sequential manner. That is, heading 1 to heading 5, for example, should be ordered in a sequential manner. And the audio playback, for example, if it is automatic, the user should be able to control the audio playback with options such as pause and stop. And the user should be provided with these options in order to control the audio playback. And next, coming to the contrast ratio of the components of the site. So for the normal text, the contrast ratio should be at least 4.5:1. And for large scale text, the contrast ratio should be at least 3:1. And next, moving forward to the audio and video part. So there should be no or very minimal background noise on the audio and video uploaded. So it should be made sure that there is no background noise on the content uploaded. And coming to the keyboard interface with the site. So there should be no part of the site where a user gets stuck with the keyboard focuses. For example, I navigate to a particular part of the site, say search via keyboard, and I get stuck there. I'm not able to move forward. So that shouldn't be the case. This refers to the no keyword trap. The next will be giving the user enough time to read through the entire content. Few of the sites have a limited time constraint for the content. So in that case, the user should be given the option to either pause or adjust or stop the time constraint. In case of fast moving objects such as auto carousels, we have hero banners with auto carousels. So in that case, also the user should be able to pause or stop the auto carousel in order to go through the content as per their wish. And the next will be the session expiry. In case of session expiry, the user should be prompted with an option to re-authenticate and continue with the activity. The next section will highlight on the page title, headings, and label. So the page title, headings, and label should actually describe the web page and the topic of the web page that the user is visiting. The keyboard focus should be in a good contrast and should be visible and highlighted well. And the focus order, the order in which the focus moves, say you are navigating through a page with the keyboard, then the focus order of the components should be meaningful. That is, if you are navigating from header to footer, then first the user should be able to access the logo, then the menu, and then the components of the page, and then might be the footer of the page. So the focus order should be meaningful. And each of the section of the web page should be accompanied by the section heading. And all the images except the decorative ones, the meaningful images, should be accompanied by alt text, and this alt text should be made readable by the screen readers. Moving on, when it comes to audio, video, forms, or drop-down menus, all the components on the site should be made accessible with the screen reader and the keyboard. And the content clarity for each page on maximum zoom should be good enough. That is, when a user zooms in order to say you have a user who is visually impaired and can't see, and if they zoom into the page, they should be able to see the content clearly in even at the maximum zoom level. And all the pages throughout the site should have the header and footer with the help context, so that the user is able to use the help context whenever the user wants to. And the focus and the hover states of the site should be implemented properly with a good highlight. The next is coming to the levels of accessibility criteria. Previously, we saw the accessibility success criteria when I talked about all the rules that we were using, the slides back there. So what are the levels of accessibility criteria? There are 3 levels, starting with level A, level AA, and level AAA. So when it comes to level A, this refers to WCAG 2.0, which has 30 essential criteria defined, and this should be met if the site is a WCAG 2.0 compatible site. When it comes to level AA, then the site should meet the criteria A, which is this 30 essential criteria, plus some of the additional 28 accessibility objectives are satisfied. The next level will be AAA, which satisfies both A and AA. That is the basic 30 criterias and the additional 28 criterias. So most of the WCAG compatible sites fall under either level A or AA. There are very few sites which fall under level AAA. The next is coming to the screen readers. Screen readers are a very important part of accessibility testing. So people with visual impairments, they use screen readers and screen magnifiers. Screen magnifiers, the zoom levels are normally used within the browser itself. So when it comes to screen readers are individual softwares which are used by the people to read the text aloud, digital text aloud. So there are a different set of screen readers. There are paid screen readers such as JAWS and Dolphin screen reader. Free products for Windows, it is NVDA and Chromebox, and software inbuilt screen readers with the operating system, which is VoiceOver and TalkBack. So how do we test the site for accessibility? So I have highlighted few of the steps which we can use as part of accessibility testing. So first is like running the Lighthouse, Google Chrome Lighthouse audit, which gives you the accessibility level for each of the site. We can use the Wave tool, which is a plugin of the Google Chrome, to check the accessibility. The next will be using the keyboard focus to check the focus highlight, keyboard focus highlight, and focus order. The next step will be to use the screen reader, and after that it would be appropriate to check if the site is accessible on all the resolutions, such as larger desktops, laptops, tablet, and mobile devices. So I have few of these sites which I think I can show. So we normally on a day-to-day life use Amazon and Flipkart, right? So I just wanted to show you how to test accessibility through the websites. For example, here you can see Flipkart is 79% accessible, which means through the Lighthouse audit, which means that it has few of the issues which can be resolved in terms of accessibility. And if you run a wave audit on Flipkart, still you have issues. It is showing 7 errors, and there are few contrast issues as well on Flipkart. Whereas on Amazon, if you see, the accessibility audit is 100% for the Lighthouse. So the Lighthouse says that there are no accessibility issues with regards to the Amazon.in when compared to Flipkart. So for the other example here would be, I would like to show you the focus. Here you can see if you hover over Amazon.in or the delivery code, or for example, the language, the account and all that, the browsing history, all the menus, you are able to clearly see what the user is navigating through, right? But when you go to Flipkart on the same side and you focus here, you are not able to see it clearly. The focus contrast is very minimal when compared to Amazon and Flipkart. For example, login is not highlighted, become a seller is not highlighted. So all these issues, they again come under the accessibility point of view. The next will be the keyboard focus. So on Amazon, for example, I have the keyboard focus here. You are able to see, I'm able to focus on all is highlighted well. The search bar is highlighted well, and the country is highlighted well, the language is highlighted well. So all the menus again are highlighted properly with the proper contrast ratio between the selection and the background of the site. Whereas the same way, if you go to Flipkart and you try to focus, so I'm trying to focus here, but you don't know when the cursor move from this logo to the search button. So you were not able to see the focus, right? You are not able to see the focus. Same way for login also, there's no focus, and become a seller, the menu and everything, there's no focus at all. I'm trying to tap through my keyboard, but it doesn't show any focus. The focus is directly shifting to this cursor, which is not right. So this is also one of the examples of how you can test accessibility in terms of website. I think I have covered most of the concepts here. So do you have any queries on this one?
Hi guys, thank you for watching. I had an amazing time learning all the new things here at Specbee's TechX. And if you did too, do let us know in the comments below. Keep following Specbee for the latest trends in technology. See you in the next one.